In 1930, in the mountains above a small Korean village, a 16-year-old boy named Park Chang-soo was beaten to death. The killers were caught, the case was clear. The body was identified and returned to his mother for burial. She buried him. The town moved on. 6 months later, Park Chang-soo knocked on his mother's door. He was alive. He said he had been attacked, yes. He had been left for dead on the mountain. He had survived, and he had been recovering somewhere, and now he was home. His mother had just buried a boy in her son's grave. So who was in it? The body had been identified by people who knew Park Chang-soo. The attackers had been convicted of his murder. The paperwork was filed. Everything was in order except for the fact that the person it was all filed about was standing in front of his mother asking for dinner. Investigators went back to the grave. They exhumed the body. It was a boy, roughly the right age, badly beaten. No one was ever able to establish who he was. The working theory, eventually, was that the killers had attacked 2 boys on the mountain. One survived. One didn't. The survivors identified the body as Park Chang-soo because they believed it was, or because it was convenient. The surviving boy had been too injured to walk or too frightened to come forward, and had spent 6 months being cared for by someone before finally returning home. That theory is reasonable. It explains most of the facts. It does not explain who the other boy was. In a small village in 1930 Korea, boys did not go unnoticed. There were no reports of a missing child. No family came forward to claim the body once it was clear the grave held someone else. No one ever put a name to him. He had been beaten severely, the same as Park Chang-soo. He had been left in the same place. He was buried under the wrong name for 6 months. The killers were released after the conviction was voided. There was no one left to convict of killing someone who had no name. Park Chang-soo lived for many years after that. The boy in the mountain grave never got a name. His family, if he had one, never knew where he ended up. The case has been closed for 90 years. Nobody knows who was in that grave.